Do you ever wonder what it really takes for an NFL team to hit rock bottom? How do franchises that once had so much promise end up spiraling into chaos? Let's explore the 8 worst teams of the 2024 NFL season, dig into what went wrong, and figure out who's already eyeing those top 3 picks in the 2025 draft. This season has been one of heartbreak, missed opportunities, and, for some fans, outright despair. Let's break it down team by team and uncover why these franchises find themselves at the bottom of the standings. The New York Giants entered the 2024 season with one of the most polarizing offseason decisions in franchise history. After failing to reach an agreement on a long-term deal, the team let Saquon Barkley walk in free agency. To the dismay of Giants fans, Barkley joined the rival Philadelphia Eagles, instantly strengthening an already potent offense. The absence of Barkley left a void that the Giants couldn't fill.
Turns the corner, and there he goes!
His versatility and explosiveness, making the offense predictable and stagnant. The lack of a reliable ground game has placed even more pressure on quarterback Daniel Jones, a gamble that has not paid off. Despite being signed to a 4-year, $160 million extension in 2023, Daniel Jones's performance has fallen off a cliff. Turnovers have become a recurring issue, and his inability to elevate the team without a strong supporting cast has been glaring. As the season spiraled out of control, the Giants made the difficult decision to move on from their embattled quarterback, signaling a fresh start ahead of the 2025 draft. The juxtaposition couldn't be clearer. Barkley's resurgence with the Eagles has been a bitter pill for Giants fans to swallow, especially as Philadelphia charges for the playoffs, while New York
all the way
languishes
for an Eagle touchdown!
The decision to prioritize cap space over one of the league's most dynamic players is now
in the game for the
heavy scrutiny.
Giants. Lawrence.
While the offense has been an anchor weighing down the team, the defense hasn't fared much better. The secondary continues to give up big plays, and the pass rush, though featuring flashes of brilliance from Kayvon Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence, hasn't been enough to match the team's overall deficiencies. For Brian Daboll, the challenges have mounted. What was once a promising rebuild has turned into a nightmare season. Now sitting at 2-10, the Giants are headed for a top 3 draft pick, and Daboll's future with the team is increasingly uncertain. As the Giants prepare for the offseason, the questions they face are monumental. Will they target a quarterback in the draft? How will they rebuild their offensive identity without Barkley? And can they regain the trust of their disheartened fan base? One thing is certain. Change is inevitable for a team desperate to escape the bottom of the league. The 2024 season will go down as a year of reckoning for the New York Giants. With Barkley thriving in Philadelphia and Jones now a free agent, the franchise must rebuild from the ground up again. After parting ways with Derek Carr, the Raiders put their faith in rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell. While O'Connell has shown flashes of potential, his inexperience has been glaring, with critical turnovers in late-game situations. The team's defense, which ranks dead last in points allowed, hasn't helped matters either. Off the field, the drama has been just as damaging. Coaching changes mid-season and tension within the front office have created a toxic environment, leaving fans to wonder if the franchise is headed for another complete rebuild. The Jaguars' collapse has been one of the most shocking stories of the season. Trevor Lawrence, hailed as a generational talent, has regressed significantly, with a completion percentage hovering around 55%. Part of the blame falls on an offensive line that has allowed a league-high 41 sacks through 12 games. The defense, which showed promise last year, has also taken a massive step back. They're ranked 31st in third down conversions allowed, and their inability to close out games has turned several winnable contests into crushing defeats. Once the gold standard of NFL franchises, the Patriots have fallen far from their glory days. Quarterback Mac Jones has failed to take the leap many expected, throwing for just 11 touchdowns against 15 interceptions. The team's inability to generate big plays has left their offense averaging a dismal 15.6 points per game, ranking last in the NFL. On defense, the loss of key veterans has exposed younger players to mismatches against elite offenses. Add in questionable coaching decisions and a lack of talent acquisition in free agency, and it's clear the Patriots are in dire need of a reset. The Browns started the season with playoff aspirations, but quickly fell apart due to a string of bad luck and poor execution. Deshaun Watson has missed multiple games due to injury, and backup quarterbacks have struggled to keep the offense afloat. Defensively, the loss of star pass rusher Myles Garrett to a mid-season injury was the nail in the coffin. Without him, the Browns have been unable to pressure opposing quarterbacks, leading to one of the worst passing defenses in the league. The New York Jets entered the 2024 season with hope. Aaron Rodgers had returned from an Achilles tear, ready to lead a talented roster. But from the start, it was clear that the Rodgers of old was not the Rodgers of now. After missing all but 4 snaps in 2023, the veteran quarterback struggled with mobility and timing, completing less than 60% of his passes and throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. When Rodgers faltered, backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor stepped in. Taylor brought veteran savvy and composure, but lacked the ability to spark the offense. The Jets' struggles at quarterback have been the cornerstone of their failure, with opposing defenses dominating a predictable, sluggish offensive scheme. The offensive woes only deepened as coordinator Nathaniel Hackett failed to craft a system suited to his personnel. Star receiver Garrett Wilson often found himself open downfield, but poor quarterback play and lackluster protection left him underutilized. Meanwhile, the running game, led by Breece Hall, has been inconsistent, suffering from a patchwork offensive line. On the other side of the ball, the Jets' defense continued to show flashes of brilliance, with standout performances from Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. However, the relentless time spent on the field, due to the offense's inability to sustain drives, began to take its toll. By the fourth quarter, even the league's best defenses will bend, and the Jets did often. The turning point came early in the season when the Jets fired head coach Robert Saleh after a disappointing 2-3 start. Interim coach Jeff Ulbrich was promoted, but he too struggled to rally the team, with the Jets now sitting at 3-9. As the season spiraled, rumors swirled about who might take over in 2025, with names like Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson emerging as top contenders. The Jets faithful are no strangers to heartbreak, but the 2024 season stings more than most. For a team that promised so much, the fall has been steep and unrelenting. With Rodgers nearing the twilight of his career, the Jets now face critical decisions in the upcoming offseason. Will they invest in a young quarterback or double down on their veteran core? Only time will tell. Whatever the case, this season will go down as a glaring missed opportunity for a team that once dreamed of Super Bowl glory. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Jets have work to do. The Titans have tried to transition to a new era with rookie quarterback Will Levis, but the results have been rough. Levis has shown flashes of brilliance, but his 10 interceptions have put the team in tough spots repeatedly. Their run game, once the backbone of the team, has been inconsistent as Derrick Henry deals with lingering injuries. On defense, the secondary remains one of the league's worst, giving up explosive plays week after week. It's clear the Titans are in the midst of a rebuild, whether they admit it or not. The Panthers drafted Bryce Young first overall, but his rookie season has been one to forget. With little protection up front, Young has been sacked an astonishing 42 times. The lack of playmakers at receiver hasn't helped, as the offense ranks last in total yards. Defensively, the Panthers have been equally bad. They're allowing an average of 30.5 points per game, the highest in the league. It's a tough pill to swallow for a franchise that expected to take a step forward this year. So, which teams are likely to secure the first 3 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft? If the season ended today, the top 3 would belong to the Giants, Raiders, and Jaguars. With elite prospects like quarterback Caleb Williams and wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. available, these teams have a chance to turn their fortunes around if they make the right choices. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.